So, if you remember the year 2005, prepare to go on a major nostalgia trip or feel really old. Either or. Hello Internet allies. So, yeah, this year marks 10 years of YouTube, which is absolutely incredible. I am so happy for YouTube, and it has probably been one of the things that I've really enjoyed growing up. It's also been 10 years of the Trenton Monkey Forest, in case you're interested. I went there a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, because they were celebrating their 10th birthday there, which is really, really nice. And it just got me thinking, you know, what other things happened 10 years ago? This will be a mixture of things that personally happened in my life, and also, you know, things such as like films and like games and stuff like that, and like the stuff that was released and stuff like that, and stuff that happened basically. Yeah, so I thought I'd like to get started. So I think I'll start with the personal things. I guess the biggest thing I did like in 2005 was, because I was like 11, I left primary school and started high school. Yeah, I do remember like in primary school I did kind of feel like quite ready to leave high school. I did kind of feel quite grown up in primary school, but when I got to high school it kind of all changed, you know, like I had to kind of, it was horrible because yeah, I just remember like thinking I'm just not being myself sort of thing. It was just kind of really daunting, really scary. But I suppose in a way it did bring me closer to my family, and like, you know, I do remember quite a lot of nice times I spent with them. So yeah, when I was 11 I actually got my first ever mobile phone, which was the Nokia 3220. Like, I found my phone, but I couldn't for the life of me find the charger for it, so unfortunately I can't switch it on. But basically it was a really cool phone, because what happened, it like lit up at the sides, like, which was awesome, and it had a few great games on it. It was kind of before the time of all the iPhones and when everyone had apps on their phones and stuff like that, you know. This had just basic couple of games sort of thing, and so, well, it's basic like by now standards, but by the standards of this time, like, they were quite good. So yeah, and it also came with this awesome Chewbacca case, and had like a little Star Wars set sort of thing. I'll get to Star Wars in a minute because there's quite a lot of Star Warsy things I want to mention. Yeah, so yeah, it came with the Yoda top-up card as well. Also, it came with like this stencil where you could like cut up a picture to kind of put on your back, so you could customise the back of it. So pretty cool phone. Right, okay, so this is kind of going a bit out of my personal life now. This is just going to be in a completely and utterly random order now, but whatever. So some movies that came out in 2005. Okay, I know Blu-rays didn't come out in 2005, but Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith came out in 2005, believe it or not. Yeah, so yeah, and we got the Star Wars Episode 7 to look forward to in later this year, so which will be really exciting. So a couple of other films that I remember coming out, which were both animated in 2005, like were Madagascar and Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, which were both made by DreamWorks. Well, and Aardman with Wallace and Gromit. I remember getting really excited about Madagascar actually in 2005. When I watched it, I didn't think it was as good as I was hoping it to be, but I still enjoyed it. And Wallace and Gromit was great. I think I like when I got this on DVD, I kind of watched it over and over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, so going back to my personal life, like when I was a child, I got quite fat, and in 2005 I decided, you know, I was fed of being fat and I just wanted to go on a diet. It was basically like, you know, chocolate and McDonald's were like my worst enemy. And also it was quite a difficult time because, like, you know, when I was dieting, like, and it never happened to me before this, but when I was dieting, I always kept on hearing in the street, like, I mean, I don't know whether it was all in my head or whether people were actually saying this, I mean, or a bit of both, but, like, you know, I always kind of kept on hearing, like, you know, people, like, saying, like, things about me, saying I'm fat and everything, and stuff like that, which was really quite difficult when I was actually trying to lose weight, sort of thing. I mean, eventually I got down to a size which I was comfortable with. I mean, okay, sometimes I do feel self-conscious even now, but, like, you know, I'm kind of glad, you know, I did go on the diary. I think it was one of the best decisions I made at the time. So another thing that happened, this is kind of later on in the year, Christmas in fact, was that I got my first iPod, which was the iPod Nano. I'm not sure which generation it was, but this was like 2 gigabytes. Yeah, so this would only fit about 500 songs, and again, like iPhones and iPod Touches these days, you know, there wasn't really any apps. I mean, there was Solitaire and there was this, like, guess a song thing, like, but it was quite a cool thing, you know, at the time and stuff like that, and, you know, I really did enjoy listening to that. Okay, so a few more things. Yeah, so in 2005, well, around the 2005 time, I was obsessed with theme parks, okay, so, like, you know, such as like Alton Towers and Drayton Manor. I was even going to Florida the year after, so I was really looking forward to that as well. And yeah, well, basically, yeah, it was the first time I went to Drayton Manor, for starters. Like, that was for my 11th birthday, which was awesome. And then a couple of things about Alton Towers. The ride Rita opened at Alton Towers. Well, it's called Rita Queen of Speed at the time. So yeah, in my opinion, this is like the scariest ride at Alton Towers because of like how fast it goes at the start, and I have like lots of suspense at the start of the ride. It's weird because I'm fine with like rides like, you know, rides that like drop you down vertically, or even rides that go loop the loop like several times. But yeah, rides that like go really fast at the start, like, or go very fast like in like a couple of seconds or whatever, yeah, they kind of make you feel really nervous. It's a bit like the Aerosmith ride in Disneyland and Disney World sort of thing, if that's still there. Like, I am actually going to Florida next week, so which will be fun. I've been looking forward to seeing what's there, what's new there, and what's not there anymore. But yeah, also at Alton Towers in 2005, I met one of my best toy friends, Sonic, which I've had ever since then. He's been my favourite ever since then. In 2005, I discovered that because I have autism, I can have these special disability wristbands which let you join a disabled queue, which basically takes the queuing out of the theme parks, which really helps, to be honest. And because I think, especially when I was 11, I did find like queuing for things really difficult, and I think I was very like impatient with, you know, having to queue and stuff like that, and it was probably one of the stressful things. I mean, now it's a little bit more controlled because you need to kind of take proof of diagnosis with you, and also they give you these ride access passes at Alton Towers, which I think is a really good idea because then it kind of stops people from going on the big rides like willy-nilly sort of thing. So yeah, this is one I had in 2012. Kept this as like a bit of a keepsake, and it does make the day a lot more sort of like enjoyable and stuff like that, and you can do loads more and stuff like that, and you can make the most out of it and go on all the rides that you want. So the last thing I wanted to mention was that the first Nintendo DS came out in Europe in 2005, which was just before my birthday. Unfortunately, I don't have my first Nintendo DS now, but like, I mean, I did have one for my 11th birthday as well. However, I do have some of the games I had on the DS which came out in 2005. The first one being Super Mario 64 DS, which is like a remake of one of my favourite ever Mario games. You know, I really did enjoy that. There's like the music, the level design, going around Peach's castle, yeah, and just the gameplay of, I just love 3D Mario games. I think they definitely need to make more of them, really. The other one was Yoshi Touch and Go, which kind of made a good use of the touch screen, where I remember you could like draw clouds to kind of help Yoshi get to difficult areas, which was quite fun. And also Mario Kart DS, yes, a classic, an absolute classic. I don't know what to say about this, but yeah, there was so many good tracks on this, and it's the first Mario Kart game I played actually, and also Super Mario 64 DS was the first Mario game I played. I mean, I did have a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy Advance, but most of those games I had on the Game Boy Advance were like either Yu-Gi-Oh games or Crash Bandicoot games. Another game that came out, which, you know, going back to Star Wars, which I really enjoyed, the first Lego Star Wars game I think I had in 2005 as well. Well, it's a Lego version of episodes 1 to 3 of Star Wars. Yeah, that was really fun actually. You know, I loved like, you know, breaking up things and building things using the Force sort of thing. So yeah, that's it for my nostalgia trip into 2005. I might do another one next year because I've got loads to talk about of 2006. Yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know if you want me to do any more, like in future years sort of thing. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and yes, please stay tuned for more videos from me. Okay, bye bye.